Well, our road to getting better in our path on how we're going to get there with the people that we have took another hit. We'll be without Christian Watford indefinitely. He had surgery today on his left hand. He broke a bone in his hand, so he'll be out indefinitely. And I really don't have any more of an update other than that for him. Verdell is still in a day-to-day situation, but our team is doing everything that they can possibly do to get better, to improve. I love their spirit, but more than ever now, as we come back home tomorrow night, we have got to have the energy of this fan base at a very high level. It was incredible last Thursday, and we're going to need them more than we have all year because we are definitely a team that doesn't have everybody in full strength. So we need our crowd in full strength. There's no doubt about that. Okay, and we know Minnesota's a really good team. They have as big a front line as there is maybe in the country, let alone the league, and a highly ranked team, a team that knows how to win, that's well coached, that's got the inside-outside game, certainly with Blake Hoffarber, and but we'll be ready to go, and we plan to throw everything we possibly can at that team to win the game, and we hope our fans are going to be right there along with us. So I'll open it up.
I know people have to step up, but with all these injuries, I think at some point you run out of people to step up.
No, there's no choice. I mean, they're not going to reschedule the games for us unless something happens. There's still a possibility, but I doubt it. But no, I mean, we just move and we move forward. I mean, there's no way around it, and there's no woe is me. I mean, we feel for him. I mean, because he's coming off his best week, as I said the other day, his best week, and he was absolutely relentless on Sunday, and it was a huge part of why we had the game that we had. And you take your leading scorer and your leading rebounder and a guy that can make shots and plays the way he can, it's going to affect your team. But there's no choice tomorrow night. At 6:30 tomorrow night, we have to be ready to go. But I'd be lying if I said it was going to be easy, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we're going to need that fan base more than ever this week, because I think they respect how hard this team is working. I know the love for the program, and they're going to need that extra jolt tomorrow night. They need to feel it, because it's as coaches, we move forward, and we get ready to play the games no matter what. But when you take a teammate out, you're not only taking a teammate and a comrade, but you're taking a friend out. And that's hard for them. So they're going to need that pick-me-up from this crowd, there's no doubt. So for those of you, like you were twittering probably here just a second ago, right? Make sure you Twitter that too, okay?
When you're dealing with that side, even at full strength, and you mentioned before about the imposing size they have, but I assume blocking out rebounding is going to be crucial.
Oh, there's no question about it. If we don't block out and rebound, we can't win the game. So there's no doubt about that. I mean, they're relentless on the glass, they're relentless on the free throw glass, they're relentless on both ends. I mean, it's just the way that it is. I mean, it's Trevor is the best, but he's far from the only guy. So we know what they're capable of, and we got to find out what we're capable of.
You mentioned, I guess, when you were talking about Verdell's injury, kind of coming back from that, you said just Thursday and Sunday were because you had 4 or 5 days to get used to dealing with that, to get used to not having him. I mean, did today give you any time or whatsoever to get used to?
No, today was our practice because we didn't practice yesterday. The team, a lot of them were around, but no. I mean, it can go one of two ways. It really can. You know, when you're playing without a player of that magnitude that first time. But again, I mean, I'm not trying to sell tickets. I think the tickets are sold. I'm trying to make sure people are hearing that it is absolutely mind-blowing in this arena tomorrow night, because we're going to need that. I mean, we're going to need it. We're really learning how to battle, and when you build towards something that you feel yourself getting better at, and then all of a sudden a big part of that goes out, well, you've got to have something to make up for it, and I think our fans can help with that. I really do.
Minnesota had their own injuries issues, obviously with Nolan being out and Hoffarber taking over. How are they different from that standpoint?
Well, they could change tomorrow night, and I don't know. I mean, I think they're playing that big lineup, and they've got maybe arguably as good an athlete as there is in the league in Rodney Williams, and arguably as good a shooter as there is in the country like Hoffarber. I think they're pretty good. I mean, certainly when you take Al Nolan out, it affects them, but they weren't that affected by having Debo Joseph not be there with them. They probably played better. And we know what we're dealing with there. I mean, that's a pro front line. I mean, I'd be shocked if all three of those frontline guys don't end up in the NBA someday. So that's this league, though. That's what these guys came to do, and no one ever said in the recruiting process since we've been here that it would have been easy, and it certainly hasn't been. But we're not going to let any of that be an excuse for not understanding that they're going to come to fight tomorrow night, and we've got to have the same mindset. And we've got to play smart, and we've got to take care of the ball. But we really are going to have to defend and rebound at an extremely high level tomorrow.
Does it make it any easier just having gone through this team before and seen what they're capable of?
Christian played last game. He didn't have a great game, but he was out there. You have to account for him. There's a little more familiarity with them. I mean, that's always the case. But they certainly haven't gotten any worse since we played them. And hopefully we've gotten better, too.
How does Soft Harbor operate differently? How is it different?
They utilize him off even more screens than what they have. He's curling in the lane a lot more. A lot of screen, re-screen. They want to get him lost, I'm certain, in transition. We're going to have to do a lot of different things, but we've got to be able to account for him every possession. If you don't, the thing that he's so good at, that I think makes him such an NBA prospect, he's got the quickest release that we've faced. He's in that class with all the great shooters, like a John Diebler and people like that, John Scherner, people that you see, but that release is really, really tough. I mean, you can't be a split second late. It doesn't faze him, and that's what makes him good. And now he can get that shot off in the lane even more, especially curling off the rescreen.
Which hand is it, by the way? With
Left hand.
Coach, with Christian being out, do you try to match them size-wise, or you just try to use your quickness to...
Yeah, we did. We called Todd Lindemann, and Harris Machinovich is in town. And I'm trying to get a hold of Brian Evans, though the snow may be keeping him away. So we can't match them size-wise. No, we can't. We can't. We can't even change in that respect. We're not going to do that. We just got to make sure that we understand what we're trying to do. Communication is going to be paramount, but toughness is going to be the key to the night, because we know they're going to bring it. We know they will bring that toughness. And I'm well aware of what Trevor Mbakwe is capable of, as is everybody else in this league, and it's certainly the same with their other guys.
Anything else?
I guess the question is, do you then go, I don't know if you can say this, you would want to say this right now, but would you totally go the opposite way and say, if they're going to go big, we're going to do it?
Oh, no, I don't think you do that. I think you got to be prepared to do a lot of different things in the game. But no, I don't think you can look out there and think you're going to put four guards. Now, again, it's early. These guys haven't crossed the street yet to try to go home, or, who knows? I mean, it's just that way right now. But no, I don't think you go out there with four guards and do that. But we're going to have to play a lot of different ways, and we've certainly been planning that since last night. Really, well, since yesterday. I mean, had a pretty good idea.
Guys like Jeremiah and Tom are really stepping up in terms of offense, just being more aggressive. How encouraging is that to see them?
Very encouraging, absolutely. I mean, there's no question. I mean, if a guy's out there right now, he's got to have the confidence to play both ends of the court, and there's no doubt about it. So, I mean, they're getting better, and we're going to continue to. You just need guys to continue to bring what they're capable of. It's not about, well, we need more from this guy, and this guy needs to bring X amount of points. I don't think you can ever do that. I don't think you can put that on somebody. You just need everybody to absolutely bring even more than what they thought they were capable of. And that's usually, it's not, well, I'm going to shoot more. It's, I'm going to guard better. I'm going to rebound better. I'm going to hit first more often. I'm going to run the court in transition. I'm going to sprint back better. Those are the things that you've got to have. And, just play the game. There's adjustments, there's changes, there's tweaks, all those things come in, and then you have injuries that you deal with, and we're gonna coach by feel, the best we can tomorrow. But I'd sure love to not be able to hear like I couldn't hear last Thursday night. I'm sure the players would prefer not to hear me, too, to hear the fans over me. So that'd be a benefit to them.
Oh, indefinitely.
It's just the next man up, really. He's a big part of our team, and he's still there mentally, even though he's not going to be there physically. So, we're waiting for him to come back, but at the same time, we're going to keep working.
How does this change the makeup of the team playing without Watford, specifically in tomorrow's game?
Well, he is our leading rebounder and scorer, but we also have a lot of guys who can do a lot of things as well. So really, just going to help bring guys off the bench and whatnot, and just everybody's got to step up.
I guess just going off of that, I mean, you're maybe facing Travis Backway tomorrow, who's the league's leading rebounder. How defensively has things changed, losing a guy like Watford with that size?
Still the same principles defensively. So really, it's just another guy playing in his position. But defensively, what we're actually trying to accomplish is going to be the same.
Do you feel like this team's like snake bitten or something? All these injuries. I mean, just what's your reaction with Maurice and then Virgil and then Christian? Just how does the team take that?
Well, fortunately, there's no snake bites. I might have something in here, but yeah, I think we're all good. These things happen. Injuries build up. Everyone's, highs and lows of the team. I'm sure in a couple weeks, everyone's going to be feeling back to normal. So it's just one of our lows in the season. Every team has
some big guys starting and rebounding, and we got to defend and rebound and build off the last couple games.
What makes a guy like Hoffaber so tough to guard?
He can shoot it from anywhere, and he's got a quick release, so he's very dangerous. Got to know where he's at all times.